I'm Christy Hemingway, host of Ed Curation, a part of the Education Podcast Network, just like the show you're listening to now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin. Editing podcasts is my jam, and that's not just a Figma of your imagination.
That's actually cute. That was like, well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm a pun master.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some weeks.
Some weeks. Horrible.
Some weeks we're Googling them.
So, write me a pun about sandwiches.
Which AI can do it for us.
Yeah.
So, episode 145. It's a quick one.
Okay.
But I have a fun little website to highlight. It was actually brought to me by when I was at the Slate conference.
Yeah.
And our team went. And one of the people on our team happens to actually be my superintendent, was like, hey, this is a really great site you should talk about on your podcast. And I was like, cool. So we're going to talk about Figma today.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
It's good that you're getting some creative feedback from your superintendent on your show.
It's great.
Thanks for listening.
So anyway, Figma is really cool. Actually, there's two different sides to Figma. There's Figma, which is like a design. It's a collaborative design site, basically. So what you can do is in the free version, of course, there's always like the cool fancy version, but in the free version, you are able to create team projects.
Okay.
And then invite your team to the project. And then you have this collaborative space to work within. And it is set up for like coding and web design and various other like app design and, you know, all of the different design spaces. Okay. So you can go through and design and prototype and have like developer mode and all kinds of stuff. So I would definitely say for Figma, it would be older students, high school students looking at getting into design and getting into those types of things. The site itself is really cool the way it's set up. So it's a workspace, and then you can choose within like what you even want to have. Like, what are you going to be designing? So like, are you going to work within like a Mac space? Are you looking to work within phone apps? Are you looking to work within whatever you need to? You can pick your kind of design space. Do you want type of code? Do you want CSS? Do you want iOS? Do you want Android? And you can pick those options to help you when you're creating your design. And it has layers. So just like a lot of design sites, you can choose like your color layer 1, your header, and then drop all those things in and put the layers in. And the cool part is when you're putting in all of this, the shapes and colors and your design features, and do you want to use pen, pencil? Like, what do you want the look of it to be, the different components? You're able to invite other people to share within your workspace. So then you can be collaborative and work on a project together, which I really like, because a lot of these sites, when you're working in design, they are very much just one person's able to create. And if you're working on a collaborative project, this gives you all kinds of options. They have view options and object options and all kinds of stuff. So Figma is worth playing around with. It's super cool. You create your team projects. You can design and create as you go, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But
the
other side of it that I think is more fun to play around with is actually called FigJam.
FigJam. Delicious.
So Figma itself, it's designing, it's developers, like teaching kids those skills, collaborating with each other. Fantastic. The other side of it that I think could be very useful for middle school, high school, any class is called FigJam.
FigJam.
It's a whiteboard in FigJam, and it's meant for brainstorming and diagramming with a group. So the same type of deal where you have a collaborative space that you invite people to. So you could invite students to it. You could have students work within a project for it. They create a little folder.
Mm-hmm.
And then FigJam gives you a giant white space with all kinds of things to do.
It's kind of like Jamboard, but it has more stuff, and it's a lot more fun.
To me, it's a combination of Jamboard and whiteboard chat that we've talked about before.
Yep.
But is fun. So when you're in FigJam, you have you can pick a song and put it on a timer. So the upper space, this is definitely more user friendly when it comes to working within FigJam. So you can choose a song. Do you want acoustic? Do you want lo-fi hip hop? Do you want a button smash? Okay. So you can add timers and you can add music across the top. You can have all your files, your widgets, your plugins. You can do all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the options if you want to put something to a vote, and you could have people working within your project. You do have unlimited editors, so you could put a whole class on there if you wanted to, and they can vote options if they like choices within it. They have lots of templates, so you can see there's different workshops. There's fun, there's presenting, there's planning, there's research, there's engineering templates, diagramming. So if you're going to lay out and have kids setting up timelines and character diagrams. They even have brainstorming sessions. You can have Crazy Eights as a template for a brainstorming session. They just have all kinds of cool, they have an empathy map. They have quarterly, and they have all kinds of cool templates to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pick one of those if you choose to, if you want to get beyond the whiteboard space. And then they also have a chat built in, so you can have live feedback while you're going through. By the way, while I'm explaining all of this, my co-host is across clicking and adding things to everything I'm trying to talk about. And there's all kinds of pictures showing up on my screen and lots of rainbow colors. And yeah, so there's all of that going on. So then what's cool is too, whoever's in the collaborative space, you can click on it. It's I'm going to highlight, spotlight me. So then it'll just highlight what I want to talk about, and then it ignores what other people are doing on the screen. And you can just click on or stop, and I can just lock you out of what you were trying to do right now.
Yeah, okay.
On the bottom.
That'd be mean.
Not if I'm trying to explain something. Then on the bottom,
yes,
you do have a hand tool, which I love. You can grab and move things, so I can take the whole stuff and move your things out of the way. It's really funny with both of us clicking and moving and everything. You've got a highlighter tool, which is so much fun. You have pens, you have highlighters where you can change all your colors, and you were adding ambient music to our podcast today through FigJam.
I am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's so calming.
Yeah. This is lo-fi
chaos that is happening on my screen right now.
Lo-fi hip hop.
Nice.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
This is
kind of soothing. Yeah, I don't know if we have rights to play though, so I'm gonna just stop that.
Cool. So also within the bottom then is where if you just click on the highlighter tool, they have a collection of washi tape. So I can drag washi tape with cute little patterns across my brain space.
Yeah.
Because now I have washi tape decorations. They also, then you can go through and you can erase all the things too if you want to and get rid of things. Did you change my Post-it color?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a little eraser, washi tape, highlighters, pens. It's a crafty little area, which is fantastic. Then you have shapes you can add within there. You drop a little eclipse. You can put your little dots in there, and you can put checkered. So I want mine to be checkerboard. Sticky notes. I love a digital sticky note. If I could use them forever, I would. Like most digital sticky notes, you can pick your color and then the size you want it and the font you want, and you can choose and make pretty little sticky notes to make your points and add your brainstorms in there. Then there are additional stickers and tools, which are also very fun and exciting. So you can drop little stickers all over the place. I can imagine we're going to give our students this and they're just going to go nuts.
Yep.
So there's stickers, there's start here, there's more choices. You can just have there's widgets in there, there's plugins, there's a photo booth you can add in there. Again, there's dice that you can drop in coin flips. So there's widgets that you can work. So if you're using this in your classroom, you've got those on your smartboard, you can have all the things going on while your kids are collaborating on their Chromebooks, and then you have it in front of you on a smartboard. There could be all kinds of entertainment happening. They also have where you can obviously type in. So just text, like a text box, you can type it in. They've got line drawings if you're going to do explanations, if you're doing math and various other things you're explaining, diagramming of anything. And then there's the stamper tool. So while people are creating things, or if every kid in your classroom has their own sticky note lined up and you're putting all that information in there, you can go through and give them a little green thumbs up. You can come in with a little teacher stamp. There's a little stamp around. And better yet, there's live emojis. So if you love a kid's choice or thought or whatever they're doing, there's a little thing on fire. And now you can click the little fire emoji. Thanks for setting the timer. And so there's a little fire emoji. You can say, that's on fire. And you can choose little eyeballs that blink on things. And there's little hearts. And there's little sad faces. Anyway, so the little stamper is quite fun and entertaining. And then you can also just make your own section. So I can this is my space. I can make my own workspace. So then you can stay out of my workspace. Yeah. So while Figma is very cool, FigJam is fantastic for, I would say, upper elementary through high school. FigJam could definitely be used for. Kids could work together. You can collaborate as a class. You can collaborate in small groups. They can share it with you. And then they have this whole space to work in, brainstorm, draw it out. And then you can share where people can edit or they can view only. And then you can just copy the link, or they can embed the code if they'd like to. And they can do that if they're doing a certain project that they want to share out specifically. So Figma, but highlighting FigJam.
Yeah.
Which is a fabulous flavor.
So if you go to figma.com/educators, they have, well, first of all, that's how you get verified to get the free account.
Correct.
But they also have some design templates, like a syllabus template, an icebreaker template, and a critique template for educators. So you can walk through and see how to use that in order to, either use an icebreaker, like this one has trading cards and stuff like that.
Cool.
Icebreaker trading cards.
Very fun.
Yeah. Put your name, your hometown, what do you create, and everybody can work on their own card in class, and then you can share that up.
Sweet. So yeah.
Sweet indeed.
Because it's FigJam.
Yeah. FigJam.
Sorry. So yeah. So we got Figma. Check it out.
Yep.
Create your little educator account. Play around with Figma. Introduce FigJam to your classroom. It's fabulous and highly entertaining and super duper fun.
Agreed.
Especially the
Love
stickers. Stickers are great. Happy to share that one with all of you. I hope you play around with it and enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartnwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartnwi or visit smartnwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do. And we'll talk to you next time right here on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.